Alright, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to American Truck Simulator. What we are looking at here right in front of you, in case you missed the title, this is the Peterbilt 359 from EMT Mods. We're going to take a look. It's going to be a build and drive today, so we'll take a look at all of the build accessories and everything, all the nodes, all the options. And then we're going to take a short drive so I can point out a few things once we get into the truck. So that's going to be the whole method. We'll do the build first, then the drive. As always, timestamps are down in the description if you want to skip around. Feel free. So let's get into it. Alright, so before I start to really delve into this, and we really are just going to go over the options, but I am going to be subtly throwing in what I think of the 359. It's kind of hard to do if you already have reference to other 359s. And I know people are looking at comparing it to like the Outlaw, they're comparing it to the FLX and a couple others out there. I'm not intending this video to be primarily a comparison between the two so we can look at which one is better. There is no answer to that because everyone's going to have their own preference. I'm going through everything here and we'll see a little bit on the drive so that you guys can reach your own conclusion whether you think this would be a great truck for you. Are there some things on this, or are there some things on other 359s that this truck doesn't have? Yep. Does this thing have some things that other 359s don't have? Yes, that's true. So it's really going to come down to a preference. In my opinion, it's not which one is better overall. It's too subjective. So let's go ahead and get into all of these options. First, we want to go ahead and look at the cabin, and we have quite a few. By default, they start us off on the flat top. We do have a double eagle. We're going to have to go ahead and hit that for all these. Boom. That is a giant sleeper there. Oh, what's going on with that paint job? I wonder if it does that unless you put something on it. There you go. That default, whatever they had by default, I think it was that orange. Yeah, don't use that orange. It could be a lot of times that only certain skins were made for certain cabs. Usually all the skins, because these are all the skins that come with it. I don't have any add-on skins for this truck. Most of them should fit on all. So just kind of going over some of these paint jobs here. But actually I hadn't intended on starting off that way, but let's just go ahead and go through a few of these. It doesn't really matter what cab. That's weird. Okay. You got a zebra. Where's the white come in? There's really no white on it. It just looks kind of black. Here's some textures that you see on some other trucks, including the EMT's 9600. Yeah, I was going over people's chats and people's comments, and I was like, you know what? I loved the 9600 that just got released. Let me take a look at the 359. It's one of my favorite Pete's anyway. More of a classic guy myself. But yeah, just kind of going through all these cool metallic, and you can customize the colors on them too. There's tons of these. I don't have to go through every one of them. Or do your own custom metallic, your own custom color there. And yeah, so usual suspects there, but it does come with quite a few that you can work with right off the bat. There's a good one that'll probably be helpful for a lot of people. I'm thinking this one's primarily not for this one because they're all kind of cutting off about right there. Similar to the orange one, though these are a lot cleaner than that orange one. Why, it just cuts off right there in the corner. That's kind of weird. And the Bison Brawler. Okay, let's go ahead and go back to these cabins. So let's take a look at a 36-inch. So we got a small sleeper there. We got just your regular day cab. Dunin. Okay. Double Eagle I already did. Live Lab. This one is crazy. I've never seen this kind of cab on a truck. It really does look like it's like a sleeper, and then they pulled like a camper off of a truck for this top section. I've never quite seen something like that. You got comment down below. Is this like a real thing, or is this just something to have fun with? I've just never seen anything quite like that. But I will be building a truck similar to with this at some point in the future, just because I can. That's cool. So chassis, not that many options on the chassis, but maybe we can go back in here and let's just look at a day cab. We do have more. So based on the cabin that you have, it's going to change the number of chassis that you have. This is funny. I don't know if it looks like goofy just because these things are so tall and at these angles, kind of looks like a deer. But this is like super short. This one isn't, I mean, I've never seen like an option where it's that short. So we got a short 6x4, and by the way, I'm not making fun of the truck at all. I'm just going with it, and I'm just telling you what I'm noticing. I'm not criticizing the truck at all. You can get the long version. The long version looks more like a standard to me. Dump drop axle. This thing, just like the International 9600 from EMT Mods, comes with a dump truck version, and that's kind of cool. And then you can get the dump truck without the drop axle. Again, pay attention to that last wheel. I'll click on it. There's the lift axle version. There's the non-lift axle version. In terms of engines, maybe we can go in here and kind of filter. But this is what comes with the truck. I've only thrown in a couple others. So we got quite a few engines. And it may be like part of the Creech Bomb package, I'm not sure. We got Detroit Diesels, 3406s, N14s, ISM, C15s. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Creech Bomb's package that's kind of been thrown in, because I always see that Cummins 444. Some more N14s. Who's that by? Oh, it's just the same package. 3406Es, M11s. What do we have? MX13s, ISX12. These got tons of engines that come with this. In terms of transmissions, what do we have going on here? I do have... Yeah, these are the transmissions that come with it. When you're installing the truck, there's an actual separate mod just for the transmissions. And if you're looking at just those transmissions, 9, 18, 13. Oh, looks like we got a 20, Eaton-Fullar 20 speed. Got a couple of them. Are these all Eaton-Fullars? Ultra speeds. Yeah, 20 speeds. We got a lot of 20 speeds in here. So yeah, made for the double stick 5.4. And I do a lot of twin sticking on the drive. I'm just a spoiler alert. I put this in a profile that is different than my normal twin stick profile, because I have one profile just for that. And I have the FLX in there currently. And funny enough, I was just driving a 5.4 Spicer the other day, but I was afraid it was going to have a conflict. I know Outlaws 359 conflicts with FLXs. I didn't want to take a chance. I didn't really have that much time to do a whole bunch of troubleshooting. I just threw it into a different profile. This profile isn't set up for the Spicer twin stick setup. I will be using the second stick on the drive as a splitter, but good to know it comes with a lot of 20 speeds. 5.4 was a very common Spicer transmission to be thrown in this truck, especially the earlier variants of the truck. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the inside. And in the inside, we're basically just looking at the color. We have brown, black and white, day cab. Is it just like the default color? I think it is. Day cab old. That turns it red. We got pink. We have realistic, which is another red, I think. Oh, it's a really, really bright red. And a sky blue. So, as usual, you're just picking out the overall style. It's not till you come over to this tab, the accessories, that we can see all the things that we can change. Now, all this stuff is for the hood in the front. It's really just this windshield corner. We've got GPS. You can put a phone there, or an actual tablet. And then right here, let me see here. Wind. Okay, so it's basically this bar right here. Do you want it in black? Do you want it in chrome? Or do you want it to stick with the color that you already have? This one is actually for the color, I believe, of the dash. Yep, there it is. There's your color. There's your color. And so one of the things that I'll kind of summarize at the end, it would be nice to see a little bit different labeling on this without having to click on all of them because the labels just say color. I'll scroll through them real fast. They're similar to some of the ones that we saw in the interior, but we've got a few more. We got like that olive green. Lots of options here on the dash color. I like that. This is for the bumper. We don't want to do anything with that. Steering wheel, pretty much stick to this one. The other ones are just too small. Wish I had like one other option, maybe in a black. As far as the dashboard, lots of options here. There's a couple different wood ones here. Dashboard is one of them. Dashboard wood is another one. And all the rest are, we have different colors of carbon in red, purple, green, blue, and then your standard carbon black. We also have, oh, here's the other wood. That's right. So that's your standard, yeah, black carbon. So you've got 3 woods. I'll do the woods again. Here's option 1. Here's option 2. And down at the bottom, we have one more option in wood. The rest are all carbon. Shifter is pretty cool. Look at that thing. This is actually marked as the stock shifter. The reason why it says stock is not because of the shape and everything and all the twine that's wrapped around here, which is really cool. We're just really focusing on the color of the ball. That you'll get the same thing if you go to the red, if you go to the pink. Now this one, NM shifter, I don't know what NM stands for exactly, but this is kind of your old school standard. This would be how I would call the stock. You've got back to this ball here. You got in cream. Classic white is your twin stick setup. Classic red, you also get classic purple, so you get a few different options with that twin stick. Orange, green, blue, and then that one, it's kind of out of order here, but this one's just like the other stock ones. So lots of different options on the shifter. I like that. You get a couple options on the floor. Unfortunately, they're both marked chrome, and neither of them are. This one is carpet, and this one is wood. And then we've got seat items. We've got console items. You guys already know a lot about that. Air filters is for outside. Did we already do that? Yeah, that was the dash. The shifter, we've done that. So that's pretty much all of the options right here directly in front of us. Up top here, we can go with, and it says sun visor, but it means these little visors inside. So I'll just flip through all the different colors and textures. This is kind of a cool texture. Kind of definitely is more of a classic one. I'll just kind of scroll through these so you can get an idea. Reds, greens, purples, blues. Yeah, that one I like too. That texture on there is really cool. We do have the sun visor. We'll take a look at that on the outside. Hanging items. We do have Poppy Pups' package in here if we wanted to throw something in. And all of our usual suspects. Hell Creek Trucking. So that is definitely a part of it. What else do we have? Pretty much it for the, well, we've got an antenna on the left. We'll check out what that looks like. Antenna over here as well if you wanted to add that. And then for the mirrors, they have a couple different ones. They don't really change shape. It's really just more about, do they have a light? Do they not have a light? And are they chrome or aluminum? That's pretty much what we have. So I don't really need to scroll through all these because it doesn't really change the shape. It doesn't change the configuration to have it move forward or back or anything like that. That's pretty much it for the inside. I would like to see, and this is just kind of my personal opinion, I would like to maybe see some options where we can change like the bezels, but not entirely necessary. This is one of those trucks that it already has that look of this classic truck right off the bat. And we've got tons of different dash colors. We've got tons of different colors for the inside, for these visors, tons of shifter options. I wish I had a couple more steering wheel options. And the big thing here is really, and we'll see it echoed a little bit on the outside too, is I just want a few more of these nodes to have better labels. Clearly, right here, all these labels are solid and accurately describe it. Perfect. These are absolutely good as well. It just, like on the floor was one of them. And then what was the other one? Was the other one? No, the shifter was marked okay. There was one that just said color like the whole time. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the inside. Actually, I was kind of surprised. I do have it in mind that I'm comparing it to the FLX. That's kind of like the pinnacle. I wish I could see the gauges a little bit better, but like the numbers on it, and I don't think it's really a factor of the level of quality so much as it's just a different type of gauge, the way it's presented, the style of the gauge. And I think that's what's tripping me up a little bit. I didn't have as many high expectations, and I was very pleasantly surprised because there is quite a bit of detail in here and stuff that I always like it when they have unique aspects that are true to the truck, and those come as the standard things, and then make it so, basically just what he did. Customize the dash color, customize the inside, customize the floor, the shifter. Those are all the things that people really like to mess with and tweak and, make their own. But a lot of good detail in here and true to the real truck. So I was actually pleasantly surprised. I wasn't expecting this to be awful. I was expecting it to be lower quality, not by much at all, and definitely high level of detail in here. And, maybe I should have had higher expectations because I love the International 9600. The only thing that was kind of tripping me up is this was one of EMT Mods, as I understand it, first projects. And he even says in the description, I know I'm not perfect, but I'm trying to do better. And I'm thinking that's kind of weird to put in the description. So maybe that's why I didn't have these expectations. But he's exceeded them for sure. I don't think it's fair to put this right up against an FLX and compare every little bit. I need you guys to just see this and all the different options. And for some of you, you may decide that this is better than the FLX. By the way, this does, I don't know if we'll get into it. Yeah, there we go. Missed it. This does have an interior light. I haven't tested it yet, but I think I'm going to pick like a late afternoon drive and hope so you can see the truck and everything. But maybe we'll get more into evening where we'll be able to see the effects of that as we drive. Let's hop out and take a look at the accessories on the outside. We'll just leave it set. Actually, we'll probably get more options if we change it from a dump truck. Maybe let's go to this long 6x4 and we'll take a look at all the options there. For the dump truck, basically, you get to pick the load. I'll just do that real fast for you. You get to pick the load that is on the inside, and that's about it. Everything else is pretty much just covered up. So we can go with this. I would say that's rock or sand. Not sure what that is. That one actually looks kind of like mud. Not sure there. Clay. And then this one is like rocks, pebbles, things like the gravel maybe. So let's go ahead and start looking at these. There are quite a few options that we have here. In terms of the bumper itself, I'm just going to click through and let you see some of these options. I believe most of them, if not all, have these nodes. And they also have license plates and engine, like Cat or Cummins, that you can stick on here at the same time. So you don't have to go with these stock ones if you don't want. Some have that front mud flaps. It's kind of cool. If that is your thing. Look at how many options there are, though. We're basically just going back and forth between flaps, but then the entire style kind of changes. Kind of look around so you can see what the profile looks like. That's really what's changed at this point. And then a whole bunch of these with flaps. Here's a different style. There's another style. And a lot of these are just like aluminum 5, aluminum 8. It would be cool to have some sort of descriptor on there that was a little bit more accurate to the bumper itself. Not trying to nitpick or anything like that. But it's nice to be able to see at a glance. Like if I, especially with colors, like if I go through and I see it just says purple, pink, blue, orange, green, red, black. Like I don't need to show you all of those, but I end up clicking on all of them because I don't have that descriptor available for me. These are more like the chromes in the same shapes. The chromes actually lose those flaps. Not too many of those on there. Of course, maybe we can get set up with these little guide rails, these little things. All right, let's just go with that. Front banners if you want. There's only one, oversized. We'll get rid of that because it's kind of eating away at the look of the truck here. So now we're just talking about these guards here. We can get them in aluminum, black, chrome, and the color of the truck, grill, or sorry, the headlights. Tons of options here with these headlights. We'll just scroll through. What's cool is for this, even though it doesn't have a name other than grill, and it shouldn't say grill though, it should say headlights because that's what we're doing. There are actual physical pictures of them. So I don't have to go through and click. I could probably just kind of scroll on this and you can see all of the different options. So just kind of my advice, tighten up some of the, so these are headlights and then these are grills. So he just needs to change these back to headlights as well. And then the pictures can just speak for themselves basically. So here is these things in front. We've got blue, we've got chrome, we've got red. I did not see an option to change this one in red or to change this one on the side. So pretty much if you want it to match, you're probably going to want to go with the red or just do without them altogether. Because if you can change up that color, it would be nice if you could change the badge on the side and up top. Grill options themselves, tons of them. Yeah, a few options for you there. I actually like that last one a lot. Christmas. What does that mean? Yep. Well, I wasn't aware that it did that the first time because it says X-Max instead of Xmas. But yeah, you can put a little wreath on the front of it if you want. We'll go ahead and take that off for now so we can see what we're doing. And cover grill. Let me go through all the different options here. I'm just going through them kind of quick. So we're not going to be here on like a 2-hour video. Bug. This is your bug shield. Get a few options. It would be nice to have the names again here. Bug shield. Blue. Red. Green, I think, or clear. Yeah, clear. And then this one would be, I guess, orange or yellow. The arm is the... I'm going to get rid of this for a second. The arm is actually referring to this little, not emblem, but little, what's it called? Kind of walk up here and we'll get rid of this as well. You can get this one, or you can get that one. Is that like a swan or something? Yeah, that's a swan, and this is like a regular, like, pull handle. So that's basically what that arm is. I don't know why it says arm. As far as the hood goes, you can make it just this standard black. You make it chrome, or change it to the color. That's not really a black, it's aluminum. Where should we go next? Let's go to the sun visor. tons of options here. This is amazing. And you get them all in the chrome, but you also get them in the color as well. Couple options in the color. It's mainly chrome. There's your antennas. We can take a look. We put those on earlier. And we are going without the lights. If you have a light on the mirrors, they'll appear right here. Rectangle, vertical. Cabin lights. This is kind of cool. It's pre-configured for you, but you can go ahead and choose your color. Cab flares, the default is orange, but these are labeled nice. Blue, green, purple, red, white. Nice. Very clear to go through. Internal light, that's what we already did. Horn, this is kind of cool. So you can put them on top of the truck. There's one option. Here's a different style. And then this is a different location. For that Live Lab, that giant like camper looking thing, they put them on the side. I would just keep them on the side myself anyway. Seems like a good placement for them. Then that cleans up all your lights quite a bit, and it doesn't interfere with the top of the actual dump. Exhaust, a lot of options, I like these. Look at this effect on here from the smoke coming out. I like that. It's a good touch. By the way, on all of these, and I'll go back and I'll do some more of them too, you can have black smoke, you can have fire, and you can have white smoke. And remember, you do them independent of each other. I'm going to go ahead and turn those off right there, but you have to do both sides. Let's take a look at some more of the exhaust options. Chrome, aluminum, different guards on them. Singles versus doubles. Short and long. Lots of options here. And shapes too. Okay, that's why he's got this shape. It's for the Live Lab, for that giant like camper looking thing on top. That makes more sense. I've never seen that shape before. I've seen him go and kind of cut off at an angle. I haven't seen him jolt back in, but it's for that camper looking cabin. All right, so that's the exhaust. We also have what's called mile, and that refers to something. Where did it go? Sometimes you can only tell if you get rid of it. Oh, it's this little handle right here by the door. Ready? I'll click on it again. And it's kind of covered because of this exhaust. Let me choose another one. Of course, they all have guards on here. There you go. You can kind of see the that handle right there a little bit better. That's what mile is. As far as the tanks go, we've got aluminum tanks. We've got them in different sizes. You can put lights on them. We also have chrome. We got a couple options there. Cab panels. On some, we got to be careful with these side flares here on these cab panels. Some of them will conflict if you have a different type of. Where is it? I think it's a step. Yeah, we'll get to it in just a second. Anyway, you can go and throw your lights on there just like that. And you go through, and these are some of the ones. Blue. Let me get rid of that for a second so you can kind of see the shape and size of it and everything. Oop, meant to do that. Steps, here they are. Some of them will conflict with the cab flares. See? So just be careful of that. This is usually pretty accurate. When it pops up, that's when they're going to ask you to replace something. Go with the chrome. The toolbox is going to be an issue. Chrome tank steps. Toolbox. Anything with a toolbox is going to be an issue. These chrome steps are going to be an issue. I wish I had more of a description here. But yeah, then you can move on to the tanks themselves. Well, we've already done the tanks themselves. The frame, you can't really do a whole lot except for add some lights to it. You can't really see anything else because it's in this dump truck configuration. think that's a lot of what we've gone over on the outside. Here's some of the air tanks. The air filters. So they got lights pre-configured. Some of them you go ahead and click on yourself if you want to customize them. All kinds of different combinations. Paints and chromes. That's crazy. That is the smallest filter I've ever seen. Wow. I like side-mounted filter. That's crazy. Is that like a real thing? That's weird. I haven't seen that before. Okay, badge. What we're changing here, and I'll have to walk up so you can see what's going on here. It's this little badge here. So I'll go through the options. There's your standard one. Here's the black one, blue, orange, and red. So that's what we're looking at there. What else? I think everything else we've actually gone through already, huh? All of the options that we have. We do have some fenders, right? Chrome and color. Okay, that's that area right there. Is that like a cowling? I think they call it. FFN. I think that might be, yeah, okay, that's the actual fender. Chrome. Chrome with a cover here on the front. You can do color, and you can do color with that same cover. Again, the cover is just black. And then you can put lights all along the fender. Lots of light options. But most of these options on here have several that you can pick from. Nothing on the back, because we're just going to be hooking up to that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Lots of nodes and lots of options. Very, very seldom do you click on a node and you only have like one option or two options. The only one that I could really think of, I don't know, the steering wheel, I guess, because they didn't really have any bigger ones. It's just the one big one. And you, for that shape and size of the dash, you really do need the bigger, the bigger steering wheel to be able to see all the important parts on the dash. So that just about wraps up all of the different nodes and the way we can customize this. I suppose the only other thing that we can do is actually, let's throw on a flat top. Let's see if there's any more options here in the back that we wouldn't be getting. Exhaust is there. Vara, what's that? Okay, so our little deflector there in the back. We might also have, oh, is this the inside light that I'm missing? Or that might just be the light for the sleeper on the inside. Mile we've already done. Okay, this is a new one. This is probably the little deflectors on the side. No, it's the handle right there. You either go with a paint or with a chrome. But we can see we have tons more options here now. Aluminum boxes, stairs, chrome boxes, chrome stairs, toolboxes in aluminum and chrome. That's really cool. Lots of cool details here. Trailer cables, stock. Yep, let's go ahead and remove them so we can see them. Where is it? They should be right there. Okay, there's your stand. Got them on the decking there. And in two different locations. Okay, so this is kind of what I was expecting. This one doesn't really show up. Or this seems to be the same. It doesn't change anything. The stock one doesn't work. So if I'm on this second option and I go to stock, I'm asked to change, but then nothing changes. If I'm on this one and I go back to the stock, I'm asked to change and nothing happens. So this one is not really working. There's nothing going on there. That probably needs to be fixed. Deck plate. Custom deck plate 2, deck plate 3, deck plate 4, and deck plate 5. Lots of cool options. Do we have a fender option? We already did the frame. Fender, there's our options. Oh, lots. Just like everything else, got a bunch of different chrome options. Some with lights on them too. That's cool. Then we have colors. Kind of scroll down those. Where do we leave off? These just say fenders on them. Hogue built. And again, just painted fenders. Lots of different options. That's cool. Frame we did. Rear plate. Now that we don't have a dump truck set up, you can go ahead and fix your whatever your configuration is. And then you can probably go ahead and change the mud flaps on them. So nothing really customized with the lights back here, nothing like with a license plate or anything. You can't put a license plate on the front though, usually on the non-chrome bumpers. So that's pretty much all the options that we have. And it's kind of cool because you have that dump truck, but then you also have all of these other cool options if you don't have the dump truck. It makes sense that you don't get any of these because the dump truck is covering them up. I think, didn't we get anything on the backside? Yeah, we got some light modes there. We got one headache rack. I did that by accident, and I just put a headache rack inside of the dump trailer, and that was kind of weird. And reverse lights on the side. Those are also covered up by the dump truck. So, cool. Lots of different options. I was very pleasantly surprised on this. It comes in around $30. It's got some, like I said, it's got some options that other 359s don't have. And it is missing a few that other 359s have. For me, my personal opinion, I don't want to sway anyone. I think that this one is unique enough that it justifies having both. You only kind of run into a situation if you decide, hey, I don't need two 359s and I don't have the money to buy both, then you might be kind of picking the best here or the best there. But yeah, quite a few options to customize. So that is a closer look at the Peterbilt 359 from EMT Mods. Let's go ahead and take a short drive. We don't need to drive it too much. I will show you the trailer that I've got on it, and I want to show you a few things that I've noticed, maybe some suggestions that I have for the developer moving forward. But let's go ahead and get into that drive. Okay, and we are back. We have our load. We're actually running, and it would also be nice to get a label for this too. There's basically 3 loads. It's the same loads that comes in when I was showing you all the different loads for the cargo and the rigid body, the first dump trailer. You get 3 of them. One's like sand, one's rock, and one is, I don't know, kind of looks like mud or clay. So we went with what is labeled as dump C. So this is C. The one in the front is A. So I guess you could say, hey, we've got different kinds of rock going on here, light colored, dark colored rock, or asphalt and sand, however you want to RP it. I forgot to turn off the smoke. Anyway, that'll just remind you that you can do smoke. Again, you can do white smoke, you can do black smoke, and you can do fire. It was so funny. I saw someone, there was a picture of, someone had taken a picture of this truck, or there's the 9600 actually, and they were using the flames, the fire that comes out of there, and someone had commented like, bro, your truck's on fire. They didn't have probably any idea that fire was an option on it, but they sounded like they were like very concerned about the truck when it was supposed to be showing it off. Anyway, so this is how we have it set up. I've got Smarty's wheels on both the truck and the trailer. The trailer, I haven't mentioned the trailer. This dump trailer comes with this 359. It kind of makes sense. Most of the time people do a rigid body dump truck. They also have a little trailer. This is a shorter one than some of the other ones, but I've got Smarty's wheels on the back there as well. And that's pretty much all you do is you just, you have some options for the rims. There is one node like right above it, and you click on it and it says alter lights. You click on it, and for me, all of the nodes are gray. I do have like 3 or 4 different light. I've got Pretty sure I have KI Shadow Walkers. I'm pretty sure I have Barts in here. This profile I probably also have Drows, but all of the nodes are gray for me. I don't think that there was a light pack that I should have picked up. Maybe I missed that, but it wasn't within the files that I downloaded. Just a heads up on that. Maybe that's something that needs to be tweaked. All right, so we are here in Oxnard, and we are carrying 52,920 pounds of dump C, which we were just going to go ahead and call asphalt or something for the time being. This is a short drive, 113 miles, 2 hours, 27 minutes. Game time, it's only going to get us $790 for this job. Oh, wow. That's kind of disappointing. Anyway, let's get in and we'll get all set up. All right, our lights on. Let's go ahead and get the windows down. We have Zeemods Cat 3406B. This is a 6 1/4 version. It'd be cool if the smoke changed when he did that, or if it was off. I'm sure it's not that simple. It's easier to say that than it is to do it. We'll get the wipers on, the headlights on. 4-ways are already going. We'll take the parking brake out and we'll get on our way. We are headed down to Bakersfield. Very short drive here, and we do have a Fury 6 15 speed in here. Second stick is going to be not for the splits, but it's going to be in this up position if we're in the main highway gears, and it'll be back if it is in any of the 5 deep reduction gears or low gears. Very short trailer compared to some of the other like add-on ones that come, and I like that because it's different. It's not just like copying the style. It's definitely doing something unique. I really like the style here, and it's always a bonus when the developer hooks you up with a trailer that comes along with it. Really kind of adds to the realism. All right, let's pull out here. Don't have to come out very wide on this, like at all. That was my first mistake when I was driving it the first time. Get back into this lane. I'm gonna go ahead and keep the windows down. We should be getting kind of dark. It should be around 8 o'clock when we roll in. If you take a look at the windshield, and you take a look at the small window that is still closed next to the open part of the window, you'll see that there is a big difference. And this is, let me get the 4-ways off. Kind of goes to one of the suggestions that I had. I didn't see a node anywhere where you can choose to have tinting or get rid of tinting, and this definitely feels tinted. I drove it a little bit around the same time, and I had the same type of issue. We'll hear the engine a little bit. Zeemods 3406B. Yeah, I mean, this thing is taking off 6 1/4. Even with the, what is it, 53,000 pounds. We're already well over speed. But it almost looks like there's a tint on the mirrors, but it's not on the mirrors. It's on the windows that are down. I'm going to go ahead and put up the mirror right now. I'll put up the left one, and you'll see just how dark. I remember I had an issue the first time I downloaded Dom's 379. It's very similar to that, and he came out with a fix that every time we update the truck, I don't have to fix it anymore. But that is, if you're driving in the evening and stuff, and I mean, people probably are. Oh, we're all over the road. It's wet. It's slippery. It handles very well. It's just that I'm going a little bit faster than I should, and it's wet and raining. But yeah, it handles pretty good. Trailer isn't flopping around or doing anything crazy like that. Oh, we are going to. Oh no. We're going to be able to. Yeah, they stopped for us. But yeah, take a look out the right window. Everything looks pretty good. That's the way it should be looking. Oh, what's going on here? Just slamming on the brakes. Come on, guys. Here's the right window. Here's the left window that is up. Again, up and down. So maybe it would be cool if there could be an option for it. I can see, like, on a bright day, maybe you'd want that option. But it really makes looking in the mirror very difficult. It's already always an ongoing issue to try to get the right type of FOV, even with Zeemods FOV mod, which is in here right now. So if we take that back down, you can see all of the detail that you were missing. It's just a tinted window, and I would like to have that option so I can turn it off and on. I didn't see that option. Maybe there is one and I didn't see it. If there is, someone let me know down in the comments. But so for that reason, I'm probably, if I drive this until that gets fixed, I'm probably going to be 3406B is good. It's not too incredibly loud. I'm not going to be hitting an N14 full Jake, because that's just going to drown it. That's just going to blow me away with the sound if I have to keep the windows down. Another thing to mention, though, when you get the windows up, as we crash into the guardrail. We're drifting a little bit, talking and driving fast on a curvy road in the rain. If you notice, once we have the wheel, I'm going to just kind of be quiet now. I want you to hear what the engine sounds like with the windows up, and then I'll put them down again. When you get those windows up, it is very muffled. Put the window down again. It's considerably louder. Considerably. Yeah, so there is definitely some sound dampening that is going into this. Yeah, I'm not really concerned with going over the speed limit here. The other thing that I need to point out to you guys is that my TAC is reading about 1,500, 1,600 RPMs right now, and it's reading 2,100 on the truck. The speedometer, I've got about 45, 40, actually about 42. That one's off by maybe 1 or 2, and below like 30 miles an hour, it's pretty accurate. Look at the sky. You see where the rain is coming in and where it's blue. It's PNG skies, PNG weather. But yeah, the TAC, again, it's reading about 1,700 for me, about 2,200 as I'm going in and out of lanes on the truck itself. So the TAC does need to be changed. It is not accurate. It's best if you have some gauges running, if you have those. But just know that if you don't have any external gauges and you're looking at the one in the truck, you're going to want to subtract, depending on where you are, anywhere between 300 to 500 RPMs, because they're inaccurate. So unfortunately, and really as we're, almost getting to our delivery spot, just in general, I'm very happy with this truck. I didn't have as many expectations mainly because of the description from the developer. Said, I'm not perfect, I'm getting better, but there's a lot of good detail in here. There are some things here that are not in the FLX. They're not in some of the other 359s. And obviously there's some other options that you get on the 359 that you don't get here. But you guys make your decision for yourself. I'm happy with it. I'm glad that I got it, not just to be able to review for you guys, but I will be driving this. The one thing is I will be driving it with windows open until they can get this tint taken off. That's about it. Oh, keep left. Let's go, guy. Yeah, well. Actually, and more of them crashed into me. They were merging into me. Wow. Everyone screwed up there. Everyone screwed up. That would probably be my fault, though. Luckily, it's just a game. Are they slowing down up here? No. So we're getting into the evening now, and we should be able to see that interior light. And now we see it. See the orange glow along the door? That's kind of cool. That's why I wanted to be... it looks like a little bit of glow coming from the top. FLX's was notorious for having their glow come from below the dashboard. But it looks like at the bottom of the door, too, you've got the orange lights. And again, you can pick those colors. Same thing on the passenger side. The glow's coming from the door. That's kind of cool. But I feel like I'm getting an overall glow, too. It's lighting up the visors. There you go. There's your crash. There's your watermelons right there. And it's giving a nice subtle look. One thing I really liked about the FLX is it's a nice subtle light, and it doesn't just flood in and overwhelm things. This is a good... I could make a few drives in this in the evening. I could definitely do that. Jake is really good. Jake is really good on the Zeemods. Get that Jake off. We're dropping off right here, just right off the freeway. It's always kind of an issue with this one, where they want us to pull in, especially if you have a long trailer. Probably take a look at the map and see exactly where they... I'm sure they want us to back it in, though. Let me get out of traffic. Good thing is this dump trailer is not very long at all. And even though it's a long chassis, it's shorter than most. So I'm sure we're going to have to back it in that corner. We'll just get it set up. Oh, yeah. You're not doing this with many other trucks. Maybe a cab over, but very few trailers are this short as well. Let me go check out where we're dropping off. Okay, guys, that is where we're going on the drop-off. One thing I want to do, we'll hit the horn, and I want you to see these reverse lights come on. Look at that. Lit up everything. And in case you think that's some other light, it is absolutely not. It's supposed to be emanating from back there, but again, here's with no reverse lights. I'm just going to kind of back up so you can see this. With reverse lights, it's like someone put in a floodlight. These things are powerful. Okay. This trailer is deceptively hard to back up because everyone knows the shorter the trailer, the quicker it turns. And if you're pulling low boys and 53-foot reefers, those seem like a piece of cake after this. You have to really be on it, like real fast. Speaking of which, oh, I'm real fast on the corner of that building. Look at how much it lights up everything else. That is crazy. That might be a bit too much. I don't know. I'm not going to complain. There's so many situations in ATS, especially in the evening, where you just don't have enough light, like, at all. So I'm not going to complain if you have something that has a little bit too much. Yeah, I'm really fighting, even on the outside here, where I can see absolutely everything. And just give it a little turn, and within like 15 feet, the thing's already at a 45. And you actually got to turn back a lot and quick if you want to correct it. You got to really be ahead of it. It's just hard to back up a short trailer compared to a long one. We should be good right there. What's going on with the headlights? The headlights are, if I take it out of reverse, It's just not, the headlights aren't showing up very good. What if I do the high beams? There we go. They're just not very bright, at least compared to the reverse. Here's the reverse again. Jeez. It changes like the whole overall lighting look up. Anyway, that is EMT Mods Pete 359. I had been definitely looking at this one quite a bit, especially since I looked at the International 9600, and a lot of people were saying, I don't know if it's worth it, so I thought it would be a good idea to go ahead and show you what it is. There it is. You get a bunch of different chassis. You also get the dump truck. It comes with the trailer, and like I said, tons of detail and options, especially on the outside, but also on the inside. I'm pretty happy with this. Do not regret the purchase at all. But again, you're going to have to decide what is going to be best for you when picking out a 359. Thanks for coming along on the drive. If you enjoyed what you saw, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell if you haven't already, so you can see all my videos. And I will see you guys on the next one. Take care.